everyone, it's Sami from Sami's Sweet Life. I am a little bit under the weather, so I sound a little scratchy, but this is a video I've been wanting to film, but I am just not feeling great. Like my nose looks like I'm Rudolph, so I am not filming like sit down chit-chatty type video for you guys. I'm gonna film it like this and walk through my planner stack. I will talk more about this maybe in more detail, or maybe do a part 2 to this once I'm feeling better and I can put my thoughts together a little bit better. But for right now, I'm going to give you guys my planner stack for 2023, and then I will do a very quick, hopefully very quick rundown of all of the daily and weekly and monthly planners that I also have to review over the year. So my main thought going into this is I want to be able to review as many of the weekly and daily planners as I received this year. I purchased some with my own money. I purchased some at a very deep discount, being on affiliate cruise for various companies, and I've received quite a few planners this year for free from various companies. So I want to really be able to talk about those planners in depth with you guys and personally be able to use them all. You know, that's part of the fun for me, is being able to try out and test out lots of new planners and keep things fresh and interesting each week. So I will definitely be swapping out my daily and my weekly planners pretty frequently throughout the year. So this is really just talking about the planners that I'm going to be using in addition to those. So we'll do a rundown at the end of this video of all of the weekly and daily options that I have as far as that goes. But this is going to be the planners that I am going to be focusing on for very specific things, whether it's goal setting, content planning, fitness, that type of thing. I have specific uses for all of this stack that's in here. So we're gonna walk through each stack individually because they're each categorized. So first things first, goal setting and just like life management, bare bones, what I need to get everything flowing in life. I have 2 kids. They do dance and various other activities. One of them is in school, and I manage our household. My husband is the breadwinner and I manage the household. So I have to keep track of everybody's schedule, everybody's appointments, all that type of thing. That's my job as the stay-at-home mom, and I love that job. I couldn't imagine doing anything else, but I definitely need a planner to keep me organized. This year, the main monthly planner that I used was actually not a monthly planner, it's a weekly planner. This is an 8x10 Erin Condren softbound, and I really liked this system where I just used these big giant monthly pages, outlined all of our stuff. So there was January. I did this all year long. I just kept track of all of our tasks and things. Olivia was in Girl Scouts at the beginning of the year, so we did that. We had lots of travel, we had softball, we had dance competitions, we had recitals, we had, oh gosh, what else? The Girl Scouts. We started cheer, but that didn't end up fitting in our schedule, but I kept track of all of that stuff in here. I also am pretty active in my friends group. We do friends stuff, appointments, all the stuff. Was really kept in here, and it was duplicated. This is one of the steps that I duplicate. I physically write it down because I like being able to see it, and I also put it in our iCal so Johnny has access to that too. We both have iPhones, and we put it in the iCal, and everything timed or specific to a certain day goes in the iCal. So if I don't have any paper planners whatsoever, if I went bare bones, didn't do any goal setting, didn't do anything extra, I would need a monthly planner and a calendar in some digital form. So that would be like the absolute minimum that I could possibly get away with. So I didn't get the big giant 8x10, unfortunately. I wanted one, but I had other options to work with, and I also didn't want to, you know, buy an entire book that I'm only going to be using, you know, 12 spreads up. I didn't use any of these weekly pages. So in order to fill in that gap for a monthly calendar, I'm going to use this Ashley Shelley. This is I gotta be careful with what I'm showing. I already wrote stuff in for this one. Let's see. Here's one. So here's June. I didn't write in anything specific except they're going to be doing a spring ballet, but there's like dance competitions and travel information on all of these. So I have to be careful with what I show now at this point, but I really like this one because it had lines, the boxes are plenty big, and it's colorful. The colors change month to month, which I think is really cute. So I decided to go with this one. It is, I think, a 5x7. It's a little bit bigger than an A5. Let's see what we've got here. 9. Okay, no, it's not. It's 6x9, which is a little bit unusual, but I really like the cover of this one. It will just stay open on my desk whatever month we're on, so I can see whatever we've got going on. This is something I refer to just all year long, and I've really liked having a monthly calendar out and open. So I'm going to be using the Ashley Shelley for that. I will link to everything I'm talking about down below for you guys. I'm assuming somebody's going to see something that catches their eye, and I want to have all the links down below. Some of them are affiliate links. It doesn't change anything for you guys, but it helps me with this channel. So I greatly appreciate if you guys use those links, but this one is really, really cute. I have reviewed all of these. I will link playlists, I will link walkthrough videos, I will link to actual stores and things. So as I'm going, you can check the description box for all that stuff, but I really like this one. It will sit on my desk and I've already started filling it out for whatever comes up. We just know things ahead of time. It goes in here. As soon as I know anything, as soon as I get an email about anything, it goes in the monthly calendar. And then to go along with that, as far as like long-term project planning type of things, we ended up getting built-ins put in our living room, and we ended up doing some home gym projects and things. All of that gets planned out in a digital format in my iPad. I've had the same iPad. This is the iPad Pro. I do have a magnetic Apple Pencil. I just don't have it here because it sits on my bookshelf right now. So I just keep the pencil with all my other pens, but I use this for project planning and that type of thing. And I use GoodNotes. I've talked about this a lot on the channel, and I've got various little digital planners that I can use and set up with that. So that's just an option for all of my like long-term household big plans, like big picture things. All of that gets plotted out in here. Like I measure the rooms, I plot it out on graph paper and design things. I designed the modern accent wall on here, and I just really like the system that I can erase and add more pages and pull in pictures if I need to. Like our built-ins, I pulled in lots of inspiration pictures so I could show the contractor exactly what I wanted, and we got exactly what I wanted. So things like that all go in here. It's just so much easier in a digital form for me to plot all of that out. So that definitely is part of it, but that's something I don't refer to every single day. So this is just something that I do as far as, you know, big picture project planning. And Stella wrote on this with a pen, so that's why it's all blue. It didn't all come off. Now, as far as goal setting, the main contender for goal setting is the flagship planner from Moxie Life. I found Moxie Life actually in 2021. They were already sold out. I got one in 2022 and loved it. It was a game changer for me, and I'm going to stick with it. I did use the flagship because it's dated. They do have one on a spiral, but it's undated, and I just did not feel comfortable having to write in all my own dates. I really, really, really hope that the next iteration of this is on a spiral coil with dates. That's my ultimate hope and dream for Moxie Life, but I will deal with this coil to get the Moxie Life, and I love it. It is just totally a game changer for me. Like I said, the weekly action pages are just life-changing for me. So I'm going to be using this one, and I'm going to be using this one a little bit in conjunction with a couple of other things. So this is going to be the one where every week I sit down, do my weekly reflection, do my weekly actions, set up my goals for the week, and plan out my week. And I have a little bit of a forward plan to map it out. I talked about this in my goal setting thing, but I'm already working to map out the entire Q1 in a different flagship. So I have this gray one, and I'm just using this one as like my rough draft forward planning. I planned out some big picture things like all the way through the year on these monthly pages. Let's see if I even have, yeah. So like December, I plan on finishing up our master bedroom, but I planned out, and I will continue to plan out the full year and then into each quarter in more detail, like adding in more workouts each week in these pages. So I just am using this as more of a rough draft form, and then as things change, it's going to go into my main squeeze, my flagship that's the watercolor sunrise, and it will be the final form. So this is all just brainstorming, chicken scratch, plotting out as much detail as possible, trying to plan everything out, and then it will go in this one once it's all finalized and decided on. So that's going to be my system for goal setting. I also will be including the power sheets. I have not done the prep yet, but I plan on going through all of the prep, and then I want to use these tending lists. I will end up probably taking these out and sticking them in my flagship and just like washi taping them in so that I can have this tending list to look at each week. I really do like how they break this down into the different timed sections. You got monthly, weekly, and daily actions, and that's one of my main goals, is to concentrate and be able to keep track of habit trackers. One of the things I like about this Moxie Life is it does have habit trackers every week. I want to utilize those, so I'm gonna really, really try hard to not get discouraged if I miss a day or two and just keep going. That's my main thing, like just keep going with the trackers. Even if you miss a couple days and can't track everything, just do your best and come back to it and not just give up. Like I'll be like 4 days in, miss a day, and then be like, oh, what's the point, and not finish the month. I want to be better about being more consistent with it. All month long in December, I've set up these 15-minute nightly planning routines where I can come in and check off things and keep track of stuff. So I'm going to really concentrate on filling out this page every month and adding it to my goal systems. I will be trying to incorporate the power sheets in really nicely with the Moxie Life this year. So as far as goal setting goes, I've got 3 options. I've got the Moxie Life that's the main planner, the Moxie Life that's going to be the planning everything out, forward planning, and just brainstorming all of the goals. And then I have the power sheets where I will try to use the tinning list and also will use the prep when I'm planning out all my annual goals. So that's goal setting. And like I said, like basically one of these will be out on the daily. The rest of them are just going to be when I'm goal setting, like a weekly session of goal setting, and especially monthly sessions. And then as far as just my everyday type of planner, I'm going to use this Agendio. I really like how I planned this one out. I did a full walkthrough of this one, and this one has the monthly pages, it has the weekly pages, and it also has a daily page. So this is going to be like my main planner that I come back to when I'm not using every other planner. As far as the weekly and daily pages, I'm going to rotate that out, but this is going to be the one I come back to as like my main weekly and daily planner. I really, really like how this one's done. I customized this one to fit my needs really well. So for now, I'm going to say this is going to be one of my main squeeze planners. I don't know what I'm going to be using these weekly pages for. This flagship planner does have the weekly layout pages. I don't know what I'm going to use this for. I thought maybe I'll keep track of my goal wins or my goal progress in here, but I don't know. I don't know exactly how it's going to work. So I went ahead and pulled this one out to use as my daily and weekly planner for now, and that will be the one that rotates a lot. But I wanted to have this one because it does have goal setting and all sorts of stuff. It's got places for to-do listing, and each day has a good little section for to-do lists and stuff as well. So that's going to be my everyday catch-all type of planner. The next stack I have here is the fitness and wellness stack, and this one's going to be a little bit weird because I have one planner that doesn't start till March and one that ends in February, so I will be filling in gaps with something else. As far as all of this goes, I've got 2 main like fitness type of planners. I have this Ink and Volt, and it's a really beautiful just grayscale, really sleek looking book, but it has these goal pages, and I'm just in love with this page. So I thought I would turn this into my 30-day challenge fitness planner goals. So I'm really excited about this. I'm setting up a 30-day yoga challenge for January. I already have the page all mapped out, and then I can track my yoga challenge in here. But every month I'm going to try to do some sort of other fitness challenge, like maybe a strength training challenge or a flexibility challenge, that kind of thing. It's going to go in here, and they do have lots of goal setting pages in the front. So I'm going to really map out my fitness goals in this book. And it's just beautiful. It has weekly pages that I'm not too keen on because it doesn't have lines and it is a vertical column, but I may end up plotting out my week as far as like what workouts I want to get in on what days. So I thought maybe I'd use this as kind of a rough draft outline of what my fitness is going to look like from week to week. It does have these weekly pages for goals, and I'm going to use it as just a fitness goal planner. That's it. Like all of it's going to be just fitness related goals. And to go along with that, I am replacing my fitness planner with this plum paper planner. It is a hardcover, and I really, really like the way this one looks. It goes the full year, and it just has a weekly page that I'm going to be concentrating on. I'm just going to track my workouts. Any Peloton workout that I do, I write down whatever it is. Maybe like a 10-minute floor yoga or a 20-minute pop punk ride. I write that down, and I write down my mileage. And this year I'm going to step it up one extra step, and I'm also going to keep track of my steps. I'm going to really try to get lots more walking in, get more steps in this year. And I have a place to track my miles for the day and my steps. All my workouts can go in these 2 sections, and it's just going to be writing down all of my workouts. That's all it is. I really enjoyed writing them all down this last year. I used it all year long, and that's just something I really enjoy doing. I just like seeing how much stuff I've gotten done as far as working out, and it really helps keep me motivated. So that is going to be a planner that is just keeping track of fitness. It's basically all. So I will be keeping track of all of my fitness and working out in these 2 books, goal setting, and then actually just writing all of it down in there. And then to go along with that, I have wellness type of stuff. So I found this self-care planner from Mom Agenda and really fell in love with it. I've used it for a month now, and it only goes for 3 months. So it just has a cute little wellness tracker. I don't always use all of the other things. I try to write a little bit about intuitive eating and how the day is going in here. I sometimes do more journaling down the side as far as like fitness and wellness and that kind of thing on the side. And then I just really concentrate right here, filling out this tracker. And I really, really like that. And this is an undated version. It only goes 90 days. So I only have 2 more months of this one. It'll be into January, some of February, and then it will cut off. So I will have to supplement with something else. But this one starts in March, and this is the other Agendio that I made. And it is modeled after the Mom Agenda Self-Care. I ended up making it have a monthly page, a weekly page, and it also has the daily page. So I'm really going to concentrate on using these daily pages once the Self-Care Mom Agenda is done. And it just has things that I wanted on here. So as far as wellness, it has sleep, hydration, riding, miles, steps, mood, meditation, yoga, strength, reading, and then meals. So I can track meals down here. And then it has today's focus, gratitude, and thoughts. And like the other one, I was writing down some thoughts. I could just jot down some thoughts here and some gratitude here. And I really just like the way this is set up. This one is one I will use from March until October when it runs out. It's a very big, beefy planner, but I will supplement around that. I've got other wellness trackers and wellness planners that I can use around how long this one lasts. And I think I can get all the way through 2023 with whatever I have already. But I'm really excited about this one. I planned this one out exactly to be what I wanted. And so as far as wellness goes, I have 3 main things I will be using. It'll just depend on what time of year for these ones. So as far as fitness goal setting and 30-day challenges, it will go in the Ink and Volt planner. As far as writing down all of my fitness, it will go in the hardcover plum paper planner that I designed, and this is the horizontal priorities layout. You can just customize that. And then as far as the wellness and stuff, I'm gonna finish out the self-care planner by Mom Agenda. I will move on to the Agendio that I made, and then I will have other wellness tracking type of things that I can use to supplement, hopefully throughout the rest of the year. All right, moving on to the next stack. This is my more creative and brainstorming type of stack with one other thing thrown in the mix. So I ended up finding these Sterling Ink common planners. I will be getting an A512. I will link down below. The pre-order should be already going on right now. So definitely check it out if you're interested. They have undated ones that they are pre-ordering right now, but I ended up getting some 2023s. I got the half year ones and also a full year one. And I'm going to use both of these in different ways. So this one's going to be more of gratitude and journaling type of thing. I've already been using some of these back pages to do a little bit of journaling, which I'm not going to show all of it, but I've been journaling in the back, and then I also have been doing a little bit of gratitude in here, but I'm not going to show like the words and things. It's very more personal type of stuff, but I really like this one. I did show the beginning of how I'm using this one. I just have 2 pages marked that. Monthly calendar, I can write in my one moment of the day, and then the back I write more gratitude, write about what's on my mind, what I'm looking forward to. It's really just dumping ground for all of my thoughts, pretty much. Like, this is just journaling, and I really, really like it so far. And then this one I haven't started yet. I've tested it out a little bit, but I'm gonna be using this for brush lettering and doodling and that type of thing, just like a creative outlet. So I did a little bit of brush lettering to make sure that this is something I would end up liking to use, and I think it's gonna be great. I'll probably do a little watercoloring in here as well, but these pages are perfect to like do a quote of the day or do an affirmation of the day and just hand letter and practice and just be creative with this one. So that is another one that's just a creative outlet. And then this one is a bullet journal from Archer and Olive. I love this one. I've done a couple of bullet journal setup videos talking about how I have set this up. I'm not going to be using it in the traditional bullet journaling way, like task lists and indexes and all that stuff. I'm really just keeping track of fun things. So I ended up putting some titles on here with the acrylographs and getting it set up for January. So I've got some place for Project Life. I also got some place for some doodling. I'm gonna just make it, you know, a creative, fun thing. Again, lots of hand lettering, some doodling, some stamping. It's just gonna be a fun, creative endeavor. And I don't exactly know how this will develop over time. This is my first time doing a bullet journal. Also first time using anything that's like a Hobonichi style with the Tomoe River paper. So these are all just going to be creative things, and I don't know where they will go. I don't know how this will develop over time or what it'll turn into, but for now it's just going to be like a creative thing that I can do on the side as far as planning stuff goes. And then as far as all of my ideas and notes and YouTube video notes and everything, that just goes in a notebook. And for now, that is this Erin Condren. It is a productivity style, so I have a little to-do list on the pages as well, but I just write down everything in this one. Any ideas that come into my head, any YouTube notes as far as videos, I will have like a dotted list of things I want to talk about, especially in sit-down videos where I'm in front of the camera. I have a specific topic and I have points that I want to make sure I hit. I don't script anything, but I do have like bullet point lists of things I want to make sure I cover in each video, so I will refer to that as I'm filming the video. That's one reason there's a lot of jump cuts. First of all, I'm awkward. I say and forget where I'm going and have to think about things and reword things, so I have lots of jump cuts for that. But I also have jump cuts because I forget what I need to say, and I'll look at my bullet point list and then continue on with my next thought. So there are lots of cuts in my videos, and part of it is intentional, like making sure I cover everything I want to cover. But I really like just having some sort of notebook. I also do some like pen testing and things here and there, but I absolutely need some sort of just freehand notebook that's not structured or in any kind of order or fashion. And then when this one runs out, I will just grab another one. I have quite a few different ones that I can use. I've got some from Plum Paper Planner, some from Moxie Life, more Erin Condren's. I just have to have some sort of notebook in some capacity in my lineup because I have lots of things that have to be written down and they just go in there. This is something I'm totally geeked out about. I am going to use a content planner. I have really just not done a whole lot of content planning as far as planning out my videos way in advance. I haven't really stuck to anything except an Apple Calendar where I just put in my videos and I can move them around a little bit, but I really wanted something a little more structured because I am hopefully going to hit 10,000 subscribers soon. It's going to be a big milestone, and I have really tried in the last year or so to up my YouTube game, be a little bit more polished with everything. I mean, it's still me rambling on camera for the most part, but I wanted to just up my game and gain more subscribers and do more of the YouTube-y type of things to make my channel something I could be really proud of. And I thought, what better way than to have a content planner so that I am making sure I'm planning out my videos well ahead of time, working with companies. I found that during this planner launch, contacting a bunch of companies, I had to have something like writing down what companies I've contacted, what I'm doing with each company to make sure I'm keeping track of everything. And I thought for 2023, a great idea would be a content planner. So I did design this golden coil, and I really like a couple of the pages I made in here that are specific for content planning. I added these social media pages so I can add each video in here and talk about it a little bit and make sure I'm checking things off as they're going up. I can schedule them. And then I added other pages too, like this is a meal planner, so that's not content related, but my weekly page is set up really nicely that I can put whatever videos are going up, what days. I got my weekly to-do list, and I can do some video notes or forward planning, or if I'm talking to a company, I can write the notes in this other page. So I've got lots of room to write each week. I've got a full page and lots of to-do list space, and then I can see my schedule, how it's going to play out each week. So I thought this was a great option. I really didn't think I would like the golden coil as much as I initially did. When it came, I was like, oh wow, I really like everything about this. So I might be a golden coil fangirl after I put this into practical use. I did mark my page here for my first week. I've got to talk budget planner Monday, December 26th. I know that one's coming up. But then I have other things, other ideas that got to get talked about. I just have them on a sticky note, but that's going to be my first week actually planning in here. I just have a couple of things written down so far, but I'm very excited to add a content planner, like a dedicated content planner, into the mix for 2023. And that's really it as far as like my day-to-day planners. As far as things that I will actually touch and use every single day, I'm going to have the flagship, some sort of daily, weekly combination, the monthly spread. These ones won't be necessarily every day, except I will write gratitude down every day in this one. I always have this notebook with me, a lot of times like in any part of the house so that I can grab it at any point in time. And then also the content planner. So as far as like the most basic, I've got 6 different notebooks or planners to use. And I feel like it seems excessive, but everything's compartmentalized. Like literally, I'm gonna write down one memory a day and do a little bit of journaling in here. Takes 5 minutes at the most, you know? Like this one I'll touch multiple times a day just because I'm jotting down ideas and notes. You know, content planner, when I'm sitting at my computer, I'm gonna have this one open, and that's gonna be pretty much it. Same with this monthly, I'll glance at this every morning, make sure I know what we're on schedule to do for the day and be done with it. Things like that. They're not gonna be things I'm gonna be using for extended periods of time. A lot of these ones I won't even use every single day, and if I do, it's gonna be like, I'm gonna doodle in here. Like, it's not a big deal if I don't do that every day. It's just not gonna be something that's super cumbersome. I do end up writing down all my wellness stuff in here throughout the day, so it just sits on our island open and I write things down as needed. But It seems like a lot, it seems really excessive, and like looking at it, it does seem kind of silly to me, but I love having everything compartmentalized instead of having one thing, just like one book. I like having it separated out like that. So I'm pretty happy with my planner stack. Now I'm gonna walk through everything else that I have that I can play around with over the year. I've got, oh my gosh, like 4 cube shelves full of 2023s that I'm gonna really just quick rundown walk through. This was the more detailed walking through my basic everyday stuff that I'm going to be using to keep all my planner life going.